They're recording, Your Honor.
All righty. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
It's April the 14th, high noon.
Come on in.
We have a special meeting, Commissioners Court, Liberty County, Texas. Let the record show that all the commissioners here this morning, or this afternoon rather, since it's a minute after. We have some items on the agenda that we need to discuss. I think there's a couple of them that will be in executive session, so I'll be calling for that vote shortly. But first things first, item number one is discuss take potential action concerning the use of road names or county road CR designations in subdivision developments in the areas within unincorporated portions of Liberty County. And we've had a lot of questions about this. We've been using the number system, Melinda, for the last 20 years probably.
Yeah, yes, sir. And it was
Yeah.
more prominent after we got the new 911 system.
Right. And that's one of the reasons we do this, because 911, if you have roads that duplicate names in different parts of the county, then people are confused as to where to go with the 911 system. But looking at it now, it's always been, it seems like if it's road 136, then that's always been like in precinct 1. Or if it's 232, it's in precinct
Right.
2. And precinct 3 would be in the 300s, and then precinct 4 the 400s. But we're starting to get so many roads now, it's going to be
I know.
confusing.
But on that redistricting.
Yeah, well, the redistricting had something to do with it too,
Yeah.
and it will again in the future.
Will.
Yeah,
because I have 400 from 100 to 4, and even some 600 numbers.
right.
Uh,
So
Yeah, we
it's,
changed some when we redistricted too. That
Rick got a bunch of money.
Well, the question came up. Some of the developers want to use names in their subdivisions. And, if we keep adding the numbers to these roads, what would be the best way? And we looked at if it's a subdivision. I mean, it's confined like a MUD or a MMD or just a true subdivision, as we would, the example would be in the 232 law, or even in the local government code that pertains to us. Could those roads be named what the developers would like to name them? Then again, you get off into that potential for it to be a duplicate name road, like Sally Drive in, say, Sterling Traditions, or Sally Drive off of a development off of 105, So I'm looking for the way to make this work to where we can get with the CAD, who actually that's where we get our numbers from, isn't it, Melinda? No, we get them from us.
no, they come to us
From me.
for numbers.
From where?
From me.
Yeah, they used
That's
to
what I
call,
thought, yeah.
Yeah, they used to call me when they had a problem with the numbers
Right,
in my
right.
precinct.
Now they call me out.
Yeah, do they?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care which way y'all decide to go. I just need to be able to tell the developers something because they're hounding me mercilessly.
Well, no.
Do we have a way to track subdivisions if we said, okay, only a platted subdivision would have any name you wanted, a name, and then keep our county
As long as they're
roads
not duplicated.
correct, as long as they're not duplicated, and then our county roads stay with the number,
That would be great.
something
What I
like
have right now
that.
is I have a spreadsheet for all the state and FM roads. I have a private road list. I have a road list before they become county roads, and then I have a county road number. And then, of course, I have all the city names too, so I can check all of them, but they're just on an Excel spreadsheet.
Well, I don't want to do anything that's going to make it even more difficult for your office to do.
Yeah. That's
But,
my only
uh,
problem is,
Well,
because I was always under the.
Come on up and give us your suggestion.
There is one thing, I mean, like, we started doing this with special districts because
Yes.
of the naming problem. So I
Right.
have them reserve their special district, like we just got MUD 20
Yeah.
last week. And we do it through our our records management system. We could do something similar with roads because we track the subdivisions anyway. It would be a matter of trying to build it, but they're gonna have to, come to the office and then they're gonna have to check the database before they name a road. So, I mean, I can build you a database, but it's just enforcing it.
The database would have to include the city streets names too.
Right, what we could do is
Because-
like, kind of like we did for special districts, we can do one for subdivision, road names, where they have to reserve it in the database,
Yeah,
but,
because my address is a Liberty address, and I live about 7, 8 miles out. So
Mhm.
anybody that builds
Me
a
too.
subdivision or anything in there will have a Liberty address. So if you name this street, Cottonwood Drive, Liberty, Texas, well, Liberty may have one that's already named that.
Right, right. That's my only concern, is
And
getting to. because
Cleveland
we're back into the
addresses
same
go all the way
issue
out past
with our
Romero.
emergency services personnel.
Well, let me ask you this. Could we still require them to use a county road designation number? And if they would
No.
like to have a sign on their streets and their development, they could have, Josie Drive.
But
Then
it
right
has to
below
be
it.
under the understanding
Mhm.
that if we do that, which is fine, because Santa Fe does that. They have their street name, but they also have the county road number on
Right.
their street signs. Because I've done all of the Santa Fe roads myself, and it, that would work, and I don't have a problem with that, as long as, because when the sellers are selling lots, they're not telling them that it's a county road. And when they go to the county clerk's office to register them, when they're buying these homes, so when they come to get their permits, they have a street name and not a county road number. So it kind of fits all the way around with what the county clerk has with all the plats, and then what the housing numbers are. Now, the CAD does give them addresses, but if the CAD gives them an address on a street name instead of a street number, then it takes us forever to figure out, where we're going.
If it's
And
a,
I'm running out of room for maps,
Okay.
just to say that,
So-
put that out there.
So let me give you the perspective of someone who's just been introduced to county road numbers. Makes no sense to me at all. I have to go to a map. I have to go try to find it, and then generally in the precinct, you can kind of find this, the starting number, and then you can go from there. But county road numbers make absolutely no sense to
Behind
people
Center, I know
trying.
where they all are.
Yeah, I understand
Or they're-
they do.
County
That's
board
their
guides,
job.
Yeah.
I mean, what difference would, how would a name of a road be different?
Because you associate it with something, there's name and word association with it.
If you live there, but if you didn't.
If you live there.
don't live
I mean,
there, it's
one of the
like-
cons of, if you go look and do the AI search, one of the cons with the numerical system is it's not intuitive, and people, it's hard to describe
If
sometimes.
you put county road number in it, they usually find out.
But so I spoke to, I wanted to see what our neighbors were doing. That's kind of hard to do sometimes to get the folks, but the folks in Chambers County who are going through this exponential growth as we are,
Right, right.
they have a tool. It's a geographic information system. The software company is called ESRI. They're the developer. You have to input the data, but that keeps, then it puts it on the developer to name all these streets, all these cutesy names that they want. They do have some guidelines on that they try to keep it simple, but the emergency management coordinator in Chambers County said he absolutely could not do his job without this information system. He says it's relatively cheap. The only thing is you got to input the data once you get it. They use it for their 911 system. They do it for all the new development. They do it for floodplain precincts, JP precincts, responder districts for all these fire
They use
stations we have.
numbering system or?
But you
No,
have to
they're
put the
using
inf-
names.
you have to put
They're
the
using
information
proper-
in first.
I understand, but they're using proper names. I'm just telling y'all, coming in cold, looking at numbers,
well,
very, very difficult.
I'm gonna scare you more because the way we keep up with voter registration is by street names. So every time we register a voter or a voter moves or whatever, we create a new street, we're putting something into the system and it's done by street names. So it's not just 911, it's our voter registration, or it's our Texas Alcohol and Beverage Commission licensing.
And
I
the
mean-
tax
How-
office.
what-
Well, yeah, because we're looking at maps all the time, trying to figure out what precincts people are in, what roads they're on, how to register them. all
Well, no,
that kind of stuff.
right now it's set from the east to the west. Eastern part of the county is mine down there. In Nome, we start at 101 and then it progresses all the way up. Time we get to 1409 is 400. Then over here it's 600. So it
It's
It runs from-
600, it's 400, it's 300.
Depends on what part
Yeah,
of the county
I'm telling you, it's all over the place, so.
South of 90 is the 400.
It's not just.
because
one
automatically if
percent.
somebody says it's on 200 and something, well, I know the general area to
General
go
area,
to,
yeah.
and that's all.
No, I understand that. But I'm just saying, a county full of numeric road names to me is not very appealing.
It's odd for you because you're not used to it. Yes, I get that. But my problem is keeping track of street names because everybody's got,
Again, we can't do it with an Excel spreadsheet. It's gotta be,
I tried
we've
that.
gotta have software to do this.
The bottom line is,
Regardless of what system we use.
the bottom line at this
No, I
point,
said
we're
that.
stuck with road numbers. We're not gonna change all the road numbers to
No.
road names.
No.
No,
That
I
was
wouldn't,
nice.
I wasn't suggesting
Yeah, no,
that at all.
and so we
I'm
do
saying going
that.
forward where the.
So
the
now all
bulk
we
of the roads
addressing
are
is
coming
one of
from.
these subdivisions, and on the larger subdivisions, I don't have a problem with them putting street names in it. I would kind of like thoroughfares, that roads that goes from one
Correct. Yeah.
side to the other to continue to have road numbers.
Main road.
Main
the
roads,
main
because
roads.
they're
Yeah,
connected with
arteries
other county
versus the
roads.
feeders. I agree, but
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But,
I just want to make sure that the CAD system can do that for the 911.
Yes,
That's important. That,
Um,
whether it's names or whatever, just make sure we get the 911 stuff in there.
yeah, they handle the 911, but I'm the one that does all the road names and numbers. I didn't realize that was part of my job till just recently when I got a notification, but.
Are you sure it is your part of your job, or are they just throwing something on you?
Surprise,
Well, she
surprise.
assumes that I have a road map, I have a map of the entire, and I had to ask Lee to give me a copy of it's 285 map, and it's a mess.
so do we have a 911 coordinator?
It's CAD.
Yeah.
There's someone at CAD that keeps up with
They're
them.
not county, they're not part of the county system.
Mm-mm.
No, they're supposed
No, we
to
don't
be.
have access to any of their stuff.
Yeah, we still need to be able to talk to each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, you just using Chambers County as an example, their 911 coordinator is also their address coordinator. They let the developers name the streets and then they just run it through their software to look for duplicates.
I would say
But we
may-
can't do this without a tool.
Well, that was in.
We need
what
that.
I sent y'all, I was saying that there's no way I can keep track anymore. It's too large.
Why don't we do this? Why don't you check into it?
Okay.
In the next meeting, we can table this today, but I wanted to bring it up so we get some discussion out of it. But check into that and bring it back to the next meeting, see, and give us a good direction.
we
I'm also
absolutely
gonna-
need the system you're talking about.
Yeah.
To where, somebody comes up with a name, put it in there, and oh, this name tag.
They say it's got a lot of capability. It's not expensive, but it does take someone to put everything in there.
How many developers or plaids are holding off on this right here?
This right here, there's a couple sections of River Ranch.
Yep.
Gemini, well, they've got one road right now, but. yeah. River
These
Ranch
are
is-
these are all subdivisions or people that are at a standstill. They cannot
They cannot
file
do the plats.
anything unless our decision
Yeah.
comes in of what they need to do. So, I mean, we can
I can definitely.
we can make a vote on this, kind of choose something that we want, and then let her go find a program to run it.
like,
Or we can table the whole thing and just continue to put these people on hold.
It's just like Encino, they have they have the street names and they also have
Well, see,
the
yes,
ci-
and Santa
the
Fe
county
has too.
road, the county road number.
Yes,
But who does the US Postal Service deliver to?
they're supposed to do it to the county road.
That's what I'm saying. So again, that's also confusing
Well,
for people who
I
live
can
there.
look this Esri up. I can also contact ETM who we're using already for our permitting software. They did our whole GIS system because our computers didn't talk to CAD's computers. So I had to hire them to do our GIS just for our permitting and see what they have.
I would say every major thoroughfare that it's a county road needs to be numbered. The side roads in a subdivision can be names.
But we've got to get some, yeah.
Well, I know, but we can decide that now, and she can figure out what programming she wants to use or she has to have to do this.
You gotta have something.
That our former EA had some software that he used for redistricting. And then let it go and it got, but I think the machine and the files are still there. It's obviously going to be a little old because that was, 5 years ago, but
Yeah,
there is a program I can probably
I
get you a
can talk
name
to
on.
Nick too. I'm sure he'll be able to help me.
I
But you-
don't know how involved he was with that, but we can dig through
Yeah.
But you might-
our collection files and see what the name of this company was and everything.
I don't mind either way. I just need a decision because we're kind of holding some of
Yeah.
the subdivisions off from putting their plans.
And we've already had this before Commissioner Court once
Okay.
before, and we tabled it.
But if you have, you got a subdivision out there in River Ranch. Okay, that's a
River-
Dayton address, it'd be a Dayton address.
Correct. River Ranch is in
Okay,
the
so they put,
ETJ.
they name a street Johnson Street,
They already do that.
Dayton, Texas.
They already do that.
Okay, and then and Dayton's got a Johnson Street, Dayton, Texas.
They don't. Every street out there is a name, not a number in River Ranch. that we
I
don't
know
use.
every street in Dayton is a name.
Correct, but Dayton oversees that.
Okay, they do that.
Yes,
Yes.
it's in their ETJ.
Yes,
Okay.
if it's in their ETJ, I don't have to worry.
What if it's not
That's,
in there?
that's what it says. It says in unincorporated areas. This is only a decision. We're not even considering incorporated areas. And this is the point that was made earlier about we need a program that will show us streets in an incorporated area and also an
That's the
unincorporated
point I'm
area
making.
to
Make
make
sure
sure that
you
we're
have
not
it.
duplicating names that's already in a city.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
A
what
lot of these
what
are
I'm
split
making.
by ETJs and unincorporated as well. So man, it gets very confusing. So we need one system
Well, the city of
to help it
Dayton
all.
in these big subdivisions refers to me for street names.
Street names.
Yes, sir.
Street names. So we're not duplicating, and they're going to continue to do that. All the incorporated cities are going to come to her and say, okay, we got this subdivision. We need to see if this name matches.
Already exists.
Yeah, already exist. So if we just go in all major thoroughfares in the incorporated area of Liberty County are numbers, and subdivisions in their areas can use names, I think we'll pretty well have it.
Okay. And then we'll go find us some software. to
Correct,
use.
exactly.
Sounds great.
If we
That's-
have a plan going forward, that's awesome.
That's the motion I'm making.
Oh, you're going to say it again.
Okay.
Come on, Bruce, write them down.
All areas in the incorporated districts of Liberty County will be named with street numbers.
Incorporated.
In the
You
unincorporated,
said incorporated.
I'm sorry, unincorporated areas of Liberty County will be designated with street numbers,
Mhm.
subdivisions, and smaller roads can use names
If approved by the person.
if approved by permit department.
Good with that, Sheriff, on 911.
Well, because once we do the roads, then the CAD does the
Okay,
911
yeah,
address.
correct.
Yes.
And with this, you will be able to get started on what you need to do.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well,
There's
that-
one in Crosby.
You see, Santa Fe is already up into the 5,000s and it
Yeah.
can't go to 6,000 because it's
Yeah.
Dayton. So what I did was their section number, so I have 59, and then I give them an additional number after the 59, so then I know where it is in Santa Fe.
Yes.
I'll settle that. Okay,
I do make that motion.
So you got a motion to approve the use of street numbers or county road street numbers for the unincorporated portions of Liberty County.
Major
and-
thoroughfares,
And major thoroughfares.
correct.
Okay, and subdivisions and smaller roads can use names if approved by the permit department.
This include private roads too.
And private roads will be
No,
private roads.
private roads are still
They'll
private
they'll
roads.
still be a private road
Yeah.
number. unless you
second
do
that
something.
motion.
Yeah, no, there's still numbers.
Because how I do a private road is I take the main road that they're next to, that they feed off of, and
Yeah.
that's the first three
That's,
digits of
that's
their
good,
number.
that's good.
Okay. That way we can find them.
Does that sound right? That's Bruce, right?
You'll read it back?
Blame it all on me.
Motion to approve the use of county road street numbers for the unincorporated portions of Liberty County and major thoroughfares and subdivisions and smaller roads can use names if approved by the permit department.
Motion from Bruce,
I'll second.
second from Gerald. Any further discussion?
Is that right?
And it's not required to, but can.
Can.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays.
And that way these subdivision people can get on their business and go
Calling
on.
you me.
And quit calling me and you. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hallelujah. Okay, item number 2, from Mr. C. Consider and approve the purchase of a vehicle through a cooperative contract for the fire marshal. Stephanie, what do we have today?
Well, we found a 2025 Z71 at Caldwell Country through by board contract 724-23 for $48,075 for the fire marshal.
I would like to, why are we buying another vehicle? Have we been out to professional to see if this vehicle is totaled? Isn't this not our fault? And isn't some other insurance company going to pay to replace this vehicle?
That is in the process, yes, sir.
So at this time, shouldn't we just table this until we find out a little bit more information?
Do you have a vehicle to drive?
Yes, she's now driving. Yeah, sheriff's department.
Yeah, the sheriff's department.
So I'll make a motion to table.
Second.
Okay, y'all do, just throw this out there, you do realize that there's an opportunity to buy the truck. Next week, it might not be there.
That's true, but does he need 2 vehicles to drive?
I'm sure that at some point in time, he's gonna have more than just him
Correct.
in that department that
Yes.
needs a vehicle.
Is the vehicle totaled or no?
Well, we don't know. We have no idea if it's totaled.
No?
They haven't looked at it yet.
So, I mean, the damage on it, but then again, it was someone else's fault. It was
No,
a
I
tire
understand,
come off,
but
so,
regardless,
yeah.
it's gotta be replaced.
Correct.
or Something's got.
yeah. But it
Can be
doesn't,
replaced or fixed, and we don't know which one.
yeah. And if the county's not paying for it, then it's nothing out of our pocket for this vehicle to get replaced. So why are we buying another vehicle to replace this vehicle that's going to get replaced anyway?
Yeah, the insurance company be replacing it, should be replacing it.
Yeah.
I
If it's
understand,
totaled.
but, and we still have to buy one, don't we? if it's
No,
totaled?
we don't have to buy one. I mean, they're going to replace it. So this Caldwell, once the insurance gives us a check, we can still use the Caldwell deal. And if they total the vehicle out,
We wanna wait till the money's.
yes, we want to wait to, I'm not saying it's off the table. I'm just saying let's table it until we get more
I
information.
just wanna make
Yeah.
sure what we're doing here.
And that's part of the problem with this is it doesn't say who's paying for it or where it's
Yeah.
being paid for.
It's just a purchase.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't purchase things unless we have.
Okay, so we
money.
got a motion and a second at the table. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, Joe. Number 3 is from the sheriff. Consider and approve an interlocal agreement with Liberty County and San Jacinto County for the purpose of housing inmates. I believe,
I mean, we got going up there.
pretty good reason.
That's a renewal. We've done that before.
Yes, sir.
We did redo that.
I move that we approve this.
Second.
Got a motion from Craig, second from David. Any further discussion?
Yeah, was this a better deal than the one where we sent those to Jasper here recently? If we just approved an agreement here.
Yeah.
We have, Commissioner, we have.
Because I looked at the numbers and it looked like the numbers were better this.
Yeah, we have agreement, we have to make agreements with several other facilities because
Okay.
they have a limit of what we can do. We can do 5 or 6 here, 10 here, 20 here. to get them out, we have to make it different.
Because I recall the number being about $100 a day per inmate. And this was like 65.
So
Yeah, but-
unfortunately,
Yeah.
every county's different, right? And
Okay.
everybody's going to want something else. And we're really not in a position at the moment to haggle.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying this is a good deal.
Sure.
In terms of what we saw a few weeks
Yeah.
ago.
I agree.
Yeah. It is, but we're not in the bargaining position right now. The sheriff's doing the best he can these days.
No, I'm
Yeah.
good with it. I just thought that it was a better deal.
Yes.
Right.
With the closer, I think they are, Commissioner, we
Yeah.
might get a little better deal the farther off it's gonna be.
Okay.
All right. What's the court's pleasure?
I'll make that motion. to approve.
Oh, motion's
Oh,
already
we
been
did?
made. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce made the motion.
No, Greg made the motion.
Greg,
And
Greg made it and David seconded it,
Yeah.
so just make a vote.
thank you. Never can tell. We got everybody here today, so it's like, okay, dude, who's got this? All right. Got a motion, Greg, second, David, to approve. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. The next two items will be held under executive session. And that will be section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code, consultation with attorney, and then section 551.0725, the Texas Government Code, that's going to be contracts being negotiated. And at this time, I need a
make a motion
Motion.
to go in executive session.
motion from Bruce, second from David, to go into executive session, and it is now 12:28.
Vote first.
Just write my number down because I'll forget to write. Okay. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries, and we are in executive session.
You're recording, Lauren.
Okay, we're back in regular session. It's 1:18 PM. We have two items to discuss. One is regarding an amendment to the master contract for architectural service between.
We're gonna
Liberty
do
County-
4 first or 5 first?
We'll do four.
4.
Well, we can do four first, yeah.
I make a motion to retain Bickerstaff, Heath, Delgado, Costa Law Firm to represent Liberty County.
Well, first he's
Any
got to,
action that may arise involving the Texas Jail Standards Commission or the Texas Attorney General against Liberty County.
Okay, we have a motion
second.
from Greg. Second from Bruce. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays.
Your Honor,
Yes, ma'am.
don't we need to read what we're voting on first?
Well, he just did.
He just
I
did,
know,
he
he-
read the motion right off.
He read the
thing.
motion, not the
Oh.
agenda item. I'm talking about the agenda item.
Okay, well, okay, just start over completely, okay? Item number 4, discuss, take potential action regarding the possibility of retaining outside legal counsel, represent Liberty County in the action that may arise involving the Jail Standards Commission or Attorney General against Liberty County. And
We are
Greg
having
had a motion,
in
has
a
a
second.
motion.
Yeah.
Lee, would you like to read that motion? once again?
Motion to retain the Bickerstaff, Heath, Delgado, and Acosta Law Firm to represent Liberty County in any action that may arise involving the Texas Jail Standards Commission or the Texas Attorney General against Liberty County.
Okay, had a motion from Greg and a second from Bruce in that regard. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 5, consider and approve the amendment to the master contract for architectural services between Liberty County and Burns Architecture LLC.
No, Lee, you wrote something down about the termination date.
Motion to approve the amendment to the master contract for architectural services between Liberty County and Burns Architecture LLC, creating a contract termination date of December 21st, 2025, and adding the ability to carve out projects from the contract as needed.
Is that December 31st or 21st?
I wrote down 21st.
31st.
31st,
31st.
okay. I misheard it then, sorry about that.
Make that a motion as read.
Motion from Bruce. Second from David. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, call for vote. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn from Bruce, second from David. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.